Okay, so for this problem, for this little problem, we have both a fraction and we have a square root. So this will be like kind of long. Okay, so the first thing we should do is just attack the fraction part. So we can rewrite this one just to visualize like it's a fraction too. So for fractions we just find the common denominator. So we want to make this one's the same denominator as this one. So just multiply like this one, both top and bottom, by square root of 1 plus x. So we can rewrite it. Limit as x approaches 0, 1 over square root 1 plus x minus square root 1 plus x over square root 1 plus x over x. Okay, so okay, now we have that, and now we can rewrite it again, just since it's the same denominator. 1 minus square root of 1 plus x over square root of 1 plus x over x. Okay, now the point is to get rid of the square root, because we fixed the fraction. So now we want to multiply. To get rid of the square root, we need to multiply both the top and bottom by the same thing to get rid of it. So we're going to multiply by 1, and since this one is negative, we're going to multiply this one like the opposite. So this one's going to be a plus. 1 plus square 1 plus x, because if you factor this out, like since this is positive, if you factor like 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times this is negative, and then this times 1 is positive, so the positive and negative cancel out, and then this is just remaining is negative 1 plus x. So we multiply both the bottom and denominator, the numerator and denominator, by the same thing, 1 plus x. And I mean, just to see it as a fraction, you can have it over 1. So we multiply both the top and bottom by the same thing, and the opposite, which is plus. So now we can multiply everything out. So limit as x approaches 0. So it would become 1 times 1 is just 1, and then negative square root times the positive square root, it just makes it a negative, and then make sure to put in parentheses 1 plus x, the square root gets cancelled out, and then over the bottom, so it's square root 1 plus x over the bottom, which is x, times 1 plus square root of 1 plus x. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so we know like if you're dividing by and then you can simplify this out. So limit as x approaches 0. So, and then like this is a key point, because this is actually where I actually messed this part up. See, if you when you multiply these two together, you have to keep it in parentheses because the negative's outside, and you have to distribute the negative inside. So it'd be a negative 1 and a negative x. So the negative 1 would cancel with this, and it would just be, you'd be left with a negative x over square root of 1 plus x. And then you have to remember, when you're dividing by something, you can multiply by the reciprocal. So you can see this as this over 1. So you can multiply this one by 1 over that, so it'd be x over 1 plus square root of 1 plus x. So because like, yeah, when you're dividing by a fraction, you can multiply it by the same thing except the reciprocal. These, yeah, it's just, this is just flipped over. So now you have this. So since you're multiplying these two, you can cross cancel. So you can cancel this one out and cancel that one out. So you're left with limit as x approaches 0 of negative 1 over square root of 1 plus x times 1 over 1 plus square root 1 plus x. Now you can just plug stuff in. So limit as x approaches 0 equals -1 over square root of 1 plus 0 times 1 over 1 plus square root of 1 plus 0. So this just becomes limit as x approaches 0, -1, square root of 1 is just 1 times 1 over 1, square root of 1 again is just 1, so 1 over 1 plus 1 is 2. So it just become limit as x approaches 0 is equal to -1/2. And that is your answer.